Have you ever asked yourself, if we can send people to the moon and replace human hearts, why can't there be a simple pill to stop the ringing in my ears? If you have, you're not alone. I get asked that question every day. The pain of tinnitus goes way beyond the sound itself. It's the frustration of being told there's nothing we can do. But here's the promise. Tinnitus is not hopeless, and it's not something you have to simply live with. I'm Dr. Layne Garrett, founder of Timpanogos Hearing and Tinnitus, and for over 20 years, my team and myself have helped thousands of patients reclaim their peace and their lives from tinnitus. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why a pill hasn't worked yet, and what science-backed treatments actually are making a difference now. So if you're tired of feeling dismissed, this video is for you. If you have tinnitus, you already know the drill. You go to see an audiologist or an ENT hoping for answers, and let's be honest, a prescription. Instead, you hear the words, "There's no cure." It's incredibly common and leaves millions of people feeling like they've hit a dead end. But that feeling is often based on a misunderstanding of what tinnitus really is. The myth is that tinnitus is purely an ear problem. It makes sense because the sound seems like it's coming from your ears, but blaming your ears is like blaming your speakers for static on the radio. Tinnitus is not a disease, it's a symptom, a signal that gets generated and sustained inside your brain. So if it's not just the ear, what's actually happening? Think of your hearing system like a sound mixer. When your hearing is normal, all the channels are balanced. But damage from noise, aging, or illnesses can leave gaps in the sound your brain expects to receive. To compensate for that, your brain starts to turn up the volume on those missing frequencies. Instead of finding the sound it's looking for, it actually creates a phantom noise, a ringing, a buzzing, or a hissing. That's how tinnitus begins. But the real suffering comes from what happens next. When that phantom sound travels from your auditory cortex to the limbic system, the part of your brain that controls emotions, it gets labeled as a threat. Imagine a smoke detector going off when there's no fire. Your brain insists this sound is dangerous, demanding all of your attention. This is why stress makes tinnitus louder and why tinnitus causes stress. It's a vicious cycle that keeps the sound front and center. Before we keep going, if you'd like more clear, honest answers about tinnitus and hearing loss, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Your support helps us reach more people who need real solutions. Okay, so why can't we just take a pill to shut this all down? Well, the limbic system doesn't only process tinnitus. It's also responsible for your emotions, motivations, and even survival instincts. A drug strong enough to quiet that system would not just dull your reaction to tinnitus. It could flatten your entire emotional life. And that's not just speculation. Decades of research on everything from anti-anxiety medications to anticonvulsants have consistently shown little to no relief. For example, Odo 313, a drug that was desired to quiet overactive brain pathways, was shut down in 2022 after it was found to work no better than a placebo. And gabapentin, a common anti-seizure medication, has repeatedly failed to produce consistent benefits in trials. The problem is always the same. Tinnitus isn't just one thing. It varies by person, by cause, and the way your brain is responding to the sound. There is no single off switch that a pill can flip. But that doesn't mean there's no hope. In fact, understanding how deeply tinnitus is wired into the brain leads us to solutions that are far more effective and empowering than any pill could be. This is where neuroplasticity comes in, the brain's amazing ability to rewire itself. Instead of trying to chemically silence the tinnitus, modern treatments focus on retraining your brain to respond differently. Cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the tools that we have. It doesn't erase the sound, but it teaches you to stop reacting to it with fear and frustration. Over time, your limbic system learns that the smoke detector is faulty and there is no fire. Sound therapy is another approach that we use. If you have hearing loss, hearing aids can fill in the missing sounds so your brain doesn't have to invent its own. Sound generators and apps also can provide calming background noise to make your tinnitus seem less noticeable. And now, there's bimodal neuromodulation. The linear device pairs sound through headphones with gentle electrical stimulation on the tongue. By targeting two nerve pathways at the same time, linear helps the brain reclassify tinnitus as unimportant. In 2025, data has shown that over 91% of users reported significant improvements in their tinnitus after just 12 weeks of using linear. It's not a magic cure, but it's a real, measurable change that helps people reclaim their peace. If you'd like a deeper guide to understanding why tinnitus behaves this way and what you can actually do about it, I've written a book called Take Your Life Back. You can download a free copy right now by using the link in the description below. So is a pill completely off the table? Probably not forever. However, a drug for tinnitus will need to be highly personalized. We're talking about gene therapy to tackle specific inflammation in the brain, which has shown some early promise in mice. Researchers are also exploring drugs targeting very specific types of tinnitus, like SPI 1005, which is in late-stage trials for people who have tinnitus as a symptom of Meniere's disease. But these are targeted, personalized treatments and not a universal cure-all. The reason there's no pill for tinnitus is because the condition is profoundly human. It's not just a glitch in your hearing. It's a complex interplay between sound and the deepest parts of your brain. Understanding that isn't a reason to give up. It's the first step towards real, lasting relief, because it shifts you from waiting passively for a cure to taking an active role in retraining your brain. The silence might not come back, but your peace definitely can. And now I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these treatments like cognitive behavioral therapy, sound therapy, hearing devices, or Layne that helped you? Or are you still searching for answers? Please share your experience in the comments. I read every one, and your story could help someone feel less alone. Thanks for watching.